Hey friends, what's up? My name is Julie and welcome back to my farm. It is goat breeding season again, which means there are a whole lot of steps that we need to take to get ready for that. So we're gonna try and take you along today and show you what we've gotta do. Now it's the middle of October already and I would really prefer that my goats were already bred. But like everything around here, things get delayed, but that's okay. I like to have babies born in the winter or the really early spring. I just feel like they do better. When we have colder weather, the parasite load is a lot lower. So when they're infants and their immune system is pretty weak still, they're not challenged by a bunch of parasites in the environment. Also, they're at a really good age to start grazing about the time that we start to get a really good flush of spring grass. If you've been watching the channel, you may have seen that we had one baby born in late June this year, which is really out of sync for us. But it's actually going to be a good thing because that doe, Destiny, should be able to provide a good supply of milk throughout the winter. So I'm thinking about breeding a couple of the girls later, and I'm definitely going to hold her back from breeding this fall and probably try to breed her again in January like I did last year, to kind of keep her on the same schedule. But I don't want to have just one baby like I did this year because he's at a size disadvantage with the older ones at that point. I'd like to have some smaller ones that are of a similar age to separate him with. So I'm probably going to hold back a couple of them, one of which is going to be Vivian, who is the mother of my buck Figaro. So obviously I cannot breed him to her this year or at all. And then I also have Phineas, my mini Nubian buck, but he I don't think is big enough to get her because she's really tall. So I'm looking into some other options, but either way we're gonna wait and I'm just gonna keep milking her. Her production is still pretty good at this point, and her baby has been weaned for a couple months now. So between the two of them and probably Helga, my longtime milking Oberhasli, I should be able to milk all through winter, so I should have a good supply at least for us and a couple long-term customers. But everybody else in my herd needs to get pregnant ASAP. And then the reason I have my banding tool is because Destiny's baby Fate needs to get banded. He is 12 weeks old now, so it is time to do that. Plus, I really don't want him breeding anybody, especially the young girls from earlier this year. Daryl's up there by the goats on the tractor getting things set up, so I'm gonna go join him. So the plan for today, step one is to band Fate, Destiny's baby. Step two, do you remember step two?
Is to catch some of the boys and put them in with Fig in our weather area.
Yeah, what I like to call the buck pen is where Fig and Phineas and their weather buddy Fabio all live right now. So I think we have 3 boys.
That's what you said.
Yeah, that need to be weaned from their moms, because their moms need to meet their new boyfriend and get pregnant. That's why Daryl brought the UTV up here with the dog kennel in the back. We're gonna stick them in the back and then we're just gonna drive them down there and put them in. And then step 3 is where it might get a little complicated, but hopefully the goats are well behaved. We're gonna have to pick up some of these fences that we're currently using so we can rearrange their area a little bit and make a separate area for the goats that I'm not breeding. Which means we're just gonna let them loose for, I don't know, a half hour, probably.
Probably close to that.
Something like that. Hopefully they don't do anything stupid like head out to the road or eat azaleas, but we'll be around to keep an eye on them, and usually they're pretty smart about that sort of thing. They've been loose before, so yeah, should be fun for them. We're not gonna let out our boarders because they are not my goats, and I don't wanna be responsible for allowing them to roam into any kind of trouble. So they're gonna stay in the barn for right now, but then they're gonna go out with the non-breeding group, of course, because we don't want them to get pregnant, or we don't want Lily to get pregnant at least.
Let's get to it.
I'm sure there's things we haven't thought of that are gonna pop up along the way, and I'm not really sure exactly how we're gonna set up the non-breeding group area, but you know, once you start laying out the fence, you figure these things out. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Step 1 is probably going to be the least fun job of the day.
Yeah, we might not film that.
Yeah, we're probably not going to show it on film. I don't know how YouTube feels about it, but banding is our preferred method of castration. We just put this little rubber band around the root of the scrotum on the baby boys at about 12 weeks old. And yeah, it pretty quickly dulls the nerves, so they feel a little bit of pain, and then it's pretty much numb. The tissue dies, and eventually the scrotum falls off. Pretty simple process. We're gonna get to it. Yes, hi Gwen.
Go on.
Hi buddy. He's soft, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't like doing it. It's time though. Alright. This is Flint. This is Gwen's baby. He's huge, way past weaning age. He's been super healthy, so expect that he will be fine with this transition. And then we're gonna grab Cora's boy, Falstaff.
That one?
Yep. He's also a big, beautiful boy. Super healthy, so should be fine.
He's heavy.
Yeah, that should be fine. All right. So we're just gonna move these two boys. I decided that Forrest, Heidi's baby, is still recovering from parasites, and he could use his mother's milk for a little bit longer. So as long as Figaro, our buck, doesn't fight with any of the wethers, they're fine to stay in here. If any fighting starts, then we'll come up with a new plan. Probably just go ahead and wean those two. But Forrest and Felix, Crystal's baby, are gonna stay with their mom for the time being. Stay in there for now, buddy. You just wait.
You're so strong.
Yeah, he's a big boy. You want to just walk him? Or you're gonna carry him? Are you just gonna put him over? That's fine. Don't drop him though. Good. You be nice, Figaro. This is Flint. You're such a big baby. You got to stay longer than most babies with their mama. All right. Okay, and we gotta turn the fence back on so they can learn about their new area. And I'll get them some grain to distract everybody too. Well, he's already grabbing some hay, so making himself at home. They do know each other. They were born and raised together. They've just been separated for a couple months. You're okay. You're okay. You be nice, Fig. Later today, I figure I was gonna go in with the ladies, so even if he chases them around a little bit now, it's not gonna matter. They're gonna call to their moms for a little while, even though they're like 8 months old. They should have been weaned a long time ago. You're okay, boys. You're okay. Don't get shocked. You want me to turn the fence off? Probably. Oh, you got it. You got long arms.
Well, longer than yours anyway.
Yeah. There you go. You like that stuff. They share. All these boys share. Probably have to get a second pan.
Yeah, we'll definitely bring a second pan down. Well, Fig's gonna go here soon.
Yeah, Figaro's gonna go by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it'll just be the 4.
Yep.
Oh, you're all sharing nice. Such nice boys. You're good boys.
Yep.
I can smell you, Fig. You're ready to breed.
Oh, he stinks so bad.
He's so stinky.
He's so stinky.
It's like the first thing I smell when I get out of the house sometimes.
Yeah, it's bad.
So Fate doesn't even seem to notice that we banded him, which I guess is a good thing. He's acting completely normal, which is awesome. And the two boys that we just weaned and their mamas have already stopped calling to each other. All it took was a little scoop of food to distract them from the fact that they weren't with their mom anymore. And from here on out, everybody should forget about it. It's the advantage of late weaning. It's no drama usually. We had to put a lot of these push posts in around this fence to keep it close to the ground so they couldn't slip under. So we're going ahead and pulling those all out. Makes it a lot easier to pull the fence up. All right, goats, be good.
1, 2, 3, chaos!
Yeah, you too, Summer. You can go too.
Oh my God, where are you going?
They're looking for food. We'll be all right. All right, guys. So the goats have kind of taken off into the woods, but that's fine. They're really easy to call back with a bucket. So I need to get to picking up these fences before they get too far away though. So we'll check back in a minute. Do we want to deal with that? So chaos did ensue. The goats got the turkeys all excited and a bunch of them got out. We'll get them rounded up and then we'll get back to our fence project. We just lay the fence down and they walk over it. Got most of them back in. There's still one running around. Naughty turkeys.
Do they have water?
It's low. They could use a refill. All right, turkeys, try to behave. Back to goat fences.
I would have got my turkeys.
I know. So the goats have had this whole yard where you can see it's all beat down for a long time. We're gonna try and move them off of it and give them some fresh area to lounge in. This fence is gonna start at this corner of the barn instead. So the goats' new area is gonna come really close to this barn entrance because we wanna cut off as much of the old yard as possible. They're also not gonna have access to this well point anymore. We are gonna move the water in there, of course. It would be too close to the fence if we ran around the other side of it. It could be a point for them to get onto and then jump out of the fence. So we're just gonna leave it out there. They don't need to be jumping on that anyway. Because this is the best place to keep our round bale covered, we're gonna keep it there, and that's really the only entrance into the main barn area for them. So they're gonna have a way in there, but they're gonna have a whole lot of brand new space on this side. And we've done a little bit of work clearing some of the potential hazardous plants, specifically some little baby azalea plants and one big bush from that area. So it should be good to go. The goats have really barely been on that ground since we've had the property. It's really not a very productive area. It gets a lot of shade, but it's really clean and it's on a slope, so the water should run off of it. We shouldn't get really muddy areas. They should have some high ground where it always stays dry, and it's under some trees. So should work out fine. Daryl's almost got this fence set up, so I'm gonna go help him. Hey goats, you're being so good. punching away. So yeah, this will be their new yard. See, it's mostly dollarweed grown in here, which we don't want. Nothing eats it, so if they kill it, yay. That's the hope. Next, we've got to pick up one of these fences we're no longer using and set up a pen for the non-breeders. So now I need to figure out the area I want to keep the rest of the goats in. There will be 3 adult females that I'm currently milking every morning in that group. So I need to find a new way to get them in my milk room. And the other entrance is on this side of the barn. It's this door right here. We're gonna have the opening to the fence be right by that porch. And hopefully in the mornings, I'll be able to just grab them by the collar and lead them up onto the porch and in the other door. I think they're gonna be freaked out the first day or two and give me a lot of hassle, but they should get used to the new routine in pretty quick fashion. And then this whole situation is really going to be for like 3 weeks until everybody I want bred gets bred, and then Figaro can go back with the bros over in the buck pen and everybody can go back to being one cohesive group. But hopefully they put up with this without too much hassle for the next 3 weeks. The sheep can see that we're moving fences around. They get very curious. I think it must be for them. Right now they have the whole front field to themselves, so they are fine. They're all fat and happy. They're just jealous. They're always jealous of the goats. We're gonna try this one fence area. It looks a little bit small, but we can always extend it with a second fence if they get bored or naughty. It's got everything they need right now. It's got shade, it's got a little bit to nibble on for the first day or so, but we're at the end of our grazing season, so there's really hardly anything on the property for them to eat anymore. So of course they're gonna have hay out here, they're gonna have water, they're gonna have their own feed trough and some small bowls for the little ones. And we're still gonna be putting the babies up in the barn at night. I think that's everything we need. I'm taking a little bit of a risk having the fences so close together so the moms and the babies can see each other when they're being weaned. But because they're so old, I really don't think it's gonna be a big issue. I don't think they're gonna fight real hard to get through 2 levels of electric fence to get to each other. They might call across the fence a little bit, but I really don't foresee it being a problem. If it is, we can always move this fence a little further away. We're just gonna use a little string of poly wire to connect the 2 fences so we can still jump them off of 1 solar charger. Should be plenty of power to charge these fences appropriately. Well, yeah, feeling pretty prepared at this point. The next step is gonna be calling all the goats into their new yard at the barn, the first area that we set up. And then we're gonna have to figure a way to just sort out the ones that we want. The babies, it's easy, we can just lift them up. But big girls like Vivian that need to come over here, I don't think we'll be lifting. So hopefully she's gonna lead over here without letting all the other goats get out. But again, we'll just see how it goes.
So what we decided to do for the sorting is we're going to put all of the goats into the new yard, the breeding yard, and then we'll sort out the ones that we don't want bred into this area through the milk room.
So Daryl's getting our jump wire all set up. Just needs to be touching for it to conduct electricity, so we've got it wound on there pretty tight. Push post to keep it off the ground, and looped on the other fence. Daryl made a fatal mistake and left the buckets where the goats could see them. Come on, babies. It's good goats. Come on, Crystal. Come on. Take your baby. Let's go. Let's go. No, go around. Fine. Dum-dums, come on. There you go. All right, right, welcome to your winter home. I know it's not very exciting, but it's clean. Yeah, cleaner for sure. Much cleaner.
The yard is.
Yeah.
Still gotta work on the barn.
Yeah, we still got to work on the barn, but that is a much larger project, so we do what we can, make it better for him. Stuff to munch in here, at least for today. Almost everybody came back with a pretty full belly already, so they had a good munch this morning. That's pretty much it for the season, guys, unless stuff starts growing. There's been some years where we can graze well into December. I remember putting the sheep in the barn around Christmas time in the past. But this year, well, we have too many animals, really, and I've been working to cut back the numbers for winter and going forward, not hitting our land so hard. And then we've hit a bit of a dry patch, and it got really cold for a couple nights. So those two things together mean that everything stops growing and starts turning brown. The leaves start falling off the trees. And that means not a lot of great vegetation growing back for these animals. And they normally get really mad about it. They've actually been pretty pissed that they've just had hay to eat for the past 3 days. But they eventually get used to the new routine, and especially if we start getting like cold, wet nights and where they really appreciate having that warm barn to sleep in, they settle down. So they'll get with it in just a few days. The next step is to get the girls that we want to come into the milk room, and then we're gonna funnel them into the fence in this little chute here. All right, we successfully got everybody that we need, I think, into the milking room. So from here, it's just a straight shot out into the fence. Hopefully. They've never gone this way, so we'll see. Come on. Everybody out. Come on. Go, 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 go. Come on, Destiny. Nope. Destiny's very strong. Come on, girls. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Go with the mamas. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good girls. Come on. I know, Fate. You're having a hard day. Let's go. Come on. I know, buddy. All right. Success. That was a really good idea, using the milk room.
Yeah, that wound up working out great.
Yeah. And as long as there is food down when they get there, they're distracted at first. So it gives you time to close the fence, get the charger turned back on. And hopefully they will just chill out in here before they realize that they are separated from their mothers. Sabrina's already calling. She's upset. It's okay. I know. All right, fence is going hot, guys. Everybody be smart. Enjoy your little area to yourself.
Time to get fig.
We actually forgot one last step. We're gonna put the borders out into this group with the ladies so they can have some outside time. And then that's gonna be their daily pasture. They're still gonna go in the baby room at night, but they need to get outside too. Here you go, Lily. You're a good girl. Hey, Dobby. You're a good little boy. All right, now the group is complete. Hey, mamas. Sabrina. You missed your baby a little bit? Not that much? So I might have to hold Phineas.
Come on. Come here, Fig.
Yeah, he's squirrely. Yeah, Fig's a big boy. Oh. He'll fit. It's a very short drive. Go drive, right? That's why he's the breeder.
I know.
You're okay. I'll see you up there.
God you're so big.
I think Figaro's being the most dramatic of all. Yeah. But he doesn't know he's gonna like this.
Yeah. This is probably the best day of your life.
All right, buddy. Here we go.
All right. Oh, he's flirting already.
Yeah. These ladies have been missing having a real man in the group. Sabrina usually bonds really tightly with the bucks. She's like always best buddies with the boys. Oh. Hopefully they think he's sexy. You like that, girl? I know some of them have been in heat because these girls have been humping each other, so. And he used to live with all of them, so he should be familiar with everybody. I guess he hasn't met Summer and Fritz, but everybody's always curious about the new guy, especially a buck. I think because they're so stinky. Now, Figaro has never bred a female before, and this is a lot for him to deal with, so I'm surprised he's going to try right away. But, oh, they're going to beat him up a little. He's a big boy, he can take it. So now everybody is fighting. Girls are fighting amongst themselves. It's a lot of excitement when you introduce a new animal to the group. I like to watch in the beginning to see if he tries to breed anybody right away, but I don't think he's really going to have an opportunity with all the chaos right now. He definitely seems interested. Like he definitely seems to know what his job is here. Fingers crossed we get all these girls bred in the next 3 weeks. And checking on this group, everybody looks okay. I think Vivian might recognize the voice of her son because she seems more interested than anybody else. Also, she really likes to breed. She's usually the first one to breed with any buck that I introduce, and that's not going to happen this year because that's her son. So we can't let her do that. But I am going to try and find her a nice boyfriend. I have a line on maybe a nice mini Nubian that we can breed her to. So a few hiccups along the way, but overall I think a pretty successful day. We had a plan, we executed that plan, and now all we got to do is do the rest of the afternoon chores, and then we can relax and have a little bit of our Sunday evening to ourselves.
Sure.
You know, as long as no goats get out the rest of the night. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I know we took a little bit of a break, but we're going to be back with regular videos from now on, and we will definitely keep you posted on how breeding and kidding this year goes.
See you in the next one.
Bye.